Hi, friends. I'm at Fred Meyer, and I haven't been out of the house in over a week. And I'm here just to get some groceries for my parents. And I think my husband's going to make a Costco run. So I'm going to make this as quick as possible. And the more I go to the store, the more nervous I get because each week the number of cases have increased. And in our town right now, a member of our church, he is on a ventilator and he is maybe in his 30s or early 40s. So this is becoming really concerning around here. Plus, someone went to Fred Meyer on Saturday and made a comment that they were waiting on their COVID-19 test. So they had symptoms and had the nerve to go shopping. I can't even believe that. Like, there's no excuse for it. You can get on any like community Facebook page and say, I have the symptoms. Can you help my family? And there are so many people who would be willing to bring food or whatever they need and probably not even ask for them to give them money for it. They probably just say, here, free food. And there's all this conflicting information like, oh, if you wear a mask, you're actually more at risk because then you're going to touch your face more if you wear a mask. And then I see an article that everyone should be wearing masks. And the thing is, if I go in there wearing a mask, so I found this emergency kit that we have that we bought probably a decade ago, and it has 18 masks in it, and it doesn't say N95, but it's some sort of medical mask. And the annoying thing is, if I wear the mask in there, I might get crap from people who are saying, you know, you're not supposed to wear the mask because you're actually making things worse. And yeah, I've heard that tension is pretty high in the grocery stores right now, and that people are getting in fights, not fights, but chewing each other out for not keeping their distance. And this one woman on a Facebook page said that she was standing in line and this guy was just inches from her, behind her, and she just asked him nicely, hey, could you back off? And then he said, I'm not dirty, you bee. And then he got closer to her and started breathing down her neck and said, you're lucky I don't follow your disrespectful A out to your minivan, B. And that's really considered assault in this situation, and I would have called the police. Now, so far things seem pretty chill in our community, I think, so I think it'll be okay. But I'm still stressed out, and and I worry about somehow infecting when I bring my parents, but they're actually leaving some things in their garage for a while, and I think wiping other things down with cleaning wipes. So this is so frustrating and ridiculous. So I'm going to go in now, and I hope you're all doing well, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get any editing done today. I have lots of stuff to edit, and we just set our computer back up, and my kids have started online schooling. So we have one kid on my computer, another kid on a Chromebook, and then I have to pick up a Chromebook for Carmen tomorrow because their online schooling is starting too. And it's just not going to work sharing a computer and then having me needing to edit too. I know we're all feeling the frustration, right? But just have to go with the flow. Okay, it's the next day now, and I meant to do an update yesterday, but I just wanted to get over to my parents' house and give them their stuff. And then when I got home, I needed to make dinner, and I just needed to de-stress from the whole situation. I have a hard time not thinking about all of the possible ways I may have messed up while I was in the store. I think Fred Meyer is doing a pretty amazing job right now. They put up some plexiglass between the cashiers and the customers. Last time I went shopping at one of the other Fred Meyers, there wasn't anything dividing the cashiers and the customers. So here we were trying to keep 6 feet of distance all over the store, and then you're pretty much face to face with the cashiers. Also, shout out to Mickey, one of my favorite cashiers at Fred Meyer. Hi, Mickey. And yesterday I heard an announcement over the speaker that it was time for them to clean the belts, and I really appreciated that. And one girl said that she normally works in the gardening center, but that's closed right now. So her job right now is to clean the carts between uses. So I felt a lot better about that, but it's the customers that drive me nuts. And quite a few people were keeping their distance, but others, they just have this attitude that it's not that big a deal. And you can't actually keep 6 feet of distance and pass someone in an aisle. I would wait at the end of the aisle, and if someone was picking out something, I would just see which way they were going to go. And if they came my direction, I would back up to make sure they weren't too close when they came out of the aisle. And one older guy walked right by me and joked, "Don't worry, I'm not going to cough on you." And that's really not funny at all. He obviously doesn't understand how contagious this is. And I don't know if you guys saw the article about the choir in Mount Vernon, Washington, where they had a rehearsal and they took all these precautions and people used hand sanitizer when they came in, and they decided no handshakes, no hugs, no touching each other. And out of the, I think, 60 people in the choir, 47 of them got it, and 2 of them have now died. And I think there are more who are still hospitalized. And not a single person in that choir had any symptoms at all. And one of my cousins is recovering from it, and now she's having some concerning symptoms. And it's a big worry. So people really just need to not make jokes about that in the store. Then I got to the produce area, and I was waiting to approach it. And the produce section is more unpredictable as far as which way people are going to go. And just when I was about to enter the area, this guy started to come towards me very quickly and didn't seem to have any concerns about distance. And so I backed up very quickly and I bumped into the wine display. And luckily I didn't knock the bottles over. That would have been really embarrassing. There was also a little family in there, and I hung way back, and the dad mouthed thank you at me, which is great. At the same time, we need to not be shopping as an entire family because that makes the store more crowded and it makes it a lot more difficult to keep our distance. If you're a single parent, it's understandable that you might have to bring your kids with you, but as far as whole families shopping together just to get out of the house or something, like that just can't be happening right now. And a couple of my kids have asked to go to the store, and I said absolutely not. And reminded them that someone from our church is on a ventilator right now. According to the update this morning, he's still on the ventilator. I just want to thank everyone who is sacrificing so much, like sacrificing their safety so that everyone can feed their families. And of course, that extends to doctors, nurses, and everyone else who works in the healthcare industry. This dad of 4 who's on a ventilator, he works in an ER. So I'm begging everyone, if you can, please shop by yourself and just get what you need. Back to the subject of face masks. So I did end up wearing a mask in there because I felt like if some of us are contagious and we don't know it, then the mask will stop us from spreading it to other people. So that's what I decided on, and I brought a container of cleaning wipes with me, and I wiped down everything I touched. I would go to open one of the refrigerators to get milk or something. I'd wipe down the handle, I'd wipe down the milk. I'm doing everything humanly possible to stay healthy for my family. I also hoped the mask would make people want to stay away from me. So when I dropped off my parents' groceries, my dad showed me his respirator. And when he absolutely has to go out in public, he says he's wearing that. And that's awesome. My mom has been fighting a lung infection for a long time, and one of her medications isn't working. She had a rare strain, and now they've found something else that might work. So she's going to have to try maybe 1 or 2 other medications. and she gets winded walking across a room. So if she got coronavirus, it would be an absolute disaster, and my dad is still on chemo. I don't think there's anything else they could possibly do to keep themselves safe, so I'm not too worried about them. Okay, back to the masks. So you know in Ghostbusters when they say, don't cross the streams at the beginning of the movie, and then by the end they're told, we have to cross the streams. And one of them says, wait, you said crossing the streams was bad. That's how I feel about the mask issue. Now there's the advice that everyone should be wearing masks, which isn't possible because there aren't enough. But now people are starting to sew masks because they don't really have any other options. Next time I go shopping, I want to wear a mask that has a smile drawn on it. When I'm at the store, I like to smile at people. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys a story about my friend Megan. So she has 4 kids, and years ago she lost her husband in a motorcycle accident where there was a reckless driver. And so she's been a single mom for a pretty good while now, and she was actually 8 months pregnant when she lost her husband. And it was absolutely devastating. And she's a very strong lady, and she's not a doormat. And she was doing her part and stayed home for 2 weeks, and then she had to go to the store to do her shopping for another 2 weeks. And this woman made this comment about how she needed to save some food for other people. And then Megan said, well, I have 4 kids at home. And she goes, well, I guess maybe your family should eat less. And Megan tore into her. I just wish there were a video of it. As soon as I started reading the story, I thought, oh boy, this is going to turn out ugly for this lady. And yeah, she got a major butt chewing. Oh, my dad's at the door. Okay, thanks so much for watching.